So in this video, we're going to look at how to solve and graph inequalities. Make sure you have the note sheet from the teacher, and we're going to start on the left side of your note sheet where it says examples when I don't have to switch the symbol. So make sure you follow along with the notes. If you need to, hit pause. So our first inequality says m plus 6 is less than 2. So the first thing we do is solve just like we did before. So plus, the opposite of plus is minus 6. So these cancel. And then I have m, and I copy my symbol, less than 2 minus 6 is a negative 4. So then I go to the middle of my graph, put negative 4, and here I'm going to put negative 3 and negative 2. On this side I would have negative 5 and negative 6. And then I look here, it's less than, so it's an open circle. It's less, so it goes to the left. So I draw my arrow to the left, just like that. Okay, the next one says 3m is greater than 12, which is 3 times m. So to solve for this, we need to divide by 3. Cancel. m. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then I keep the symbol. So now I have m is greater than 4. So put 4 in the middle. And I have 5 and 6. And on this side, I would have 3 and 2. And at 4, I'm going to put an open circle because it's greater than. And it's more or bigger, so it goes to the right. Okay, let's try the next one. This says x divided by 4 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Well, to solve this one, I need to multiply by 4. So these two 4's cancel. X is greater than or equal. 2 times 4 is 8. One signal means it's going to be negative. So in the middle somewhere I put negative 8. So on this side I would have negative 7 and negative 6. And on this side I would have negative 9 and negative 10. So I go to negative 8. I draw my circle. I'm going to fill it in because it has an equal. And it's greater or more, so it goes to the right. I draw my arrow. Okay, let's try the next one. W minus 1 is greater than or equal to negative 10. So that's plus 1 and plus 1. Those cancel. So W is greater than or equal to negative 9 because the signals are different, so I have to subtract. I'm going to put negative 9 in the middle. On this side I would have negative 8 and negative 7. And on this side I would have negative 10 and negative 11. So I go to negative 9 and I. And our arrow, so we have greater than or less than, or greater than or equal, so we're going to color this in. And our arrow is going to go to the right. Alright, so the next example has two parts. So we have 2k plus 4 less than negative 10. So first I'm going to minus 4. This cancels. I have 2k is less than negative 14. I divide by 2. So k is less than negative 7. I have negative 7, negative 6, negative 5. Here I would have negative 8, negative 9. At 7, I have an open circle, and then it's going to go to the left. I'm sorry, at negative 7, there's an open circle, and it goes to the left. Okay, this one looks a little bit different, but it's very similar. So here we're going to minus 8. And we cancel. So we have 3n is less than 12. And then I have to divide by 3. So n is less than 4. So I need to put 4 and 5 and 6. And on this side I'd have 3 and 2. And at 4 my circle would be open because there's no equals. And it's less than, so it goes to the left. In my last example here, I have parentheses, so I need to do that first. So I'd have 4m minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 8. And then I would do plus 4. So I have 4m is greater than or equal to, these signs are different, so I need to minus, so I'd get 4 negative. And then I would divide by 4. So I have m is greater than or equal to negative 1. So I can put negative 1 here. This would be 0 and 1. This would be negative 2 and negative 3. And I put my circle at negative 1. It's filled in. And it goes to the right because it's greater than. So that's the ones where we do not have to change the inequality. Next, we're going to look when you have to change the inequality. So now we're on the other side with examples when I have to switch the symbol. So this first one, it says 2 less than m plus 6. So when I solve it, I do minus 6 and minus 6. So I have negative 4 is less than m. I don't like that because the letter's on the wrong side. So I have to change it. When I change it, I put m and I put negative 4. And then I have to take my symbol, which is less than, and change it to more than. And then I graph. So I have negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. Here I'd have negative 5 and negative 6. I have an open circle because it's greater than. And then I am drawing my arrow to the right because it's greater than. Okay, so now this next one is a new rule. Do you see how there's a negative 3 with the letter? If there's a negative with the letter, like this, when I divide, I have to divide with the negative. I have to keep the sign when I divide. So I have m. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. And when I divide by a negative, I have to change the symbol. So this symbol here has to change to less than. So then I can do negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. And here I'd have negative 5 and negative 6. I put my circle, and then it's not filled in, and it's going to go to the left. Okay, my next example, again, here's my letter, here's a negative. So when I'm going to multiply by negative 4. So these cancel, and I get x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is actually positive 8. But I need to change the symbol, so this symbol needs to change because I had a negative attached to my letter. It was with my letter. So I go 8, 9, 10, 7, and 6 go here. At 8, my circle is filled in. My symbol is now less than, so I go to the left. All right, the next one, when I look at this, my w is here, so I have minus 1, so I have to do plus 1. So I get negative 9 is greater than or equal to w. I don't like that because I want the w on the other side. So I'm going to change it so that it's w and negative 9. But when I change it, my symbol right here needs to flip. So I have negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 10, and negative 11. So at negative 9, I put my circle. It's going to be colored in, and it's going to go to the left because it's less than or equal. Okay, my next example, I'm going to start with this plus 4, so I'm going to do minus 4, minus 4. So I have negative 2k is equal to negative 14. Nope, not equal, is less than negative 14. Now I'm going to divide, but I have a negative with my letter. So I'm going to divide. I get k. Negative 14 and negative 2 is positive 7. But because there was a negative attached to the letter, I have to change it so it's going to be greater than 7. So I have 7, 8, and 9, and 6, and 5. And at 7, I'm going to have an open circle because it's not equal and it's greater than. And it will go that way. All right, our next one. We're going to start by doing minus 8 and minus 8, which is okay. We can do that. So we have negative 3n less than 12. But now I'm going to divide by a negative. So I get n and I get negative 4. But when I had a negative and I divided with that negative, my symbol right here, it needs to change to greater than. So you put your negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 5, negative 6. And we go this way. At negative 4, it's open and it's greater, so it goes this direction. All right, our last example, when I multiply, I'm going to get negative 4m, and then I'm going to get plus 4, because two negatives, greater than or equal to negative 8. Then I'm going to minus 4. Those cancel, so I have negative 4m is greater than or equal to negative 12. And now I have to divide by negative 4. When I divide by negative 4, I get 3. Then I have to look at my symbol. My symbol has to change because I had a negative with the letter. So I get 3. Here I have 4 and 5. And here I have 2 and 1. And at 3, I put a circle. It's going to be colored in because it's equal. And it's going to go to the left. So when you have to change, you have to switch or change the symbol. You have to change these when you divide or multiply with a negative. Okay, so now you need to get the practice sheet from the teacher and try some practice. Have a good day.